I'm Gentleman Josh Hill.
I'm Aaron Jeffrey.
I'm Johnson Business.
I'm Mike Malott.
I'm Rafian Stock. Tune into
Donttap.
Donttap Pod.
Here, Donttap Podcast. We're here with Damon Jackson. It is a pleasure to have you back. I'd like to say friend of the show. The fact that, I was able to get a hold of you on short notice. I wanted to get you on the show earlier. It's my mistake, but you were still willing to jump on here pre-fight, right before you go into blackout mode. I guess coming out of family mode and Easter mode right now?
Yeah, we went to Oklahoma. That's where my family's from, is Oklahoma. So we went up there and did some fishing and just chilling and hanging out. So we get all that stuff done yesterday. We're just finished up jiu-jitsu today, and yeah, just chilling at the house tonight.
So was that pretty much your last training session before you go into that weight cut mode?
Yeah, I didn't even really train that hard tonight. Like today was kind of my day off. I just wanted to get a sweat rolling and then sit in the sauna and just kind of let my body relax a little bit, because this week is always crazy with the running, the weight cuts, drilling, and it's just a lot. So really just kind of prepping for tomorrow. Tomorrow's a big day. I fly out pretty early, and I got a big training session tomorrow night. So ready to go though, man. Feeling so good. Just excited to get in there.
And I know we talked about it prior. You talked about I think it was the pectoral muscle that was the issue for you. It tore. I believe that was it. And
Yeah.
it was a major issue with regards to your wrestling, with having to stand there with Dan Ige. I know that you wanted to try to wrestle there. I know against Billy, I mean, that was a close battle. I think that fight was a lot closer than the judges saw that one. And high volume Quarantillo presses pace against you, but you were not backing down. That was one hell of a fight to watch. And now we, set our sights on Mr. Hernandez. I know coming off of 2 losses, the mindset for you're a pretty even keel guy. You have a solid foundation, it seems, mentally, as far as being a dad and a professional and everything else. You're locked and loaded. But what's your sort of mindset going to this? We're coming off 2 losses. I know the last one was close, but we're going in against a guy where I see some pretty solid advantages for you. Talk to me.
Yeah, no, I mean, definitely the pressure is always on every time you get in the octagon. For me personally, like, I don't like losing. So some guys are okay with those close fights, as long as, it was a close fight. They didn't get finished. They're okay with that. But, I don't feel like I lost the Billy fight. I felt like it was definitely a close fight, and I could see how people gave it to him. Just judging, you never know how it's going to go, but just because the fans were there, he had a good crowd. He's always a fan favorite fighter, and it was a close fight, so you could argue it both ways for sure. And so I'm not too discouraged from that. I had a lot going on at the time, and then I tore my pec before the Pat Sabatini fight, so that was a long time ago. So it's been an issue for a while, and it was about an 8-month recovery from that, really. And I didn't have surgery. I have probably about 15 to 20% left in it, and I didn't want to go into surgery, because that was like about a year of recovery and to get that strength back and stuff. So I felt pretty good, honestly. Once I had the Danny fight, I had held up pretty good by then, and thought I could just be stubborn and go out there and wrestle like I always do, and it just didn't work out. So. But now my wrestling's back 100%. I feel great. My streak's back. Training everything now. I'm back to my normal self, and just really happy with the training camp. I hate these long, drawn-out training camps, but I think with the whole how important this fight is it was important to get the right time and to make sure that I was ready. So I helped Stephen Wynn, Abdul. I've helped a lot of these young guys getting ready. EJ just won the title for LA. Help those guys get ready for their fights, and they've been in there with me, and we've been scrapping for about 10 weeks now, and I'm feeling great, man. I'm ready to roll.
And now for you, I know if you're looking at the matchup, Hernandez was known initially before, sort of for that first round where he would sort of bang or bust, start to fade pretty quick. In his last couple of fights, he looked a little bit more measured, but it still seemed like he was fading as he was going. Although he was still in the fight, he was fading. And I think this is where the fight lies. And in my, fandom opinion, I'm a hardcore fan, but I think you get better as the fight goes on. You pour on and you continue and you press. You're able to grind on people and make it your fight. And he's sort of the opposite. He needs to sort of make that happen in the first round, or he's starts to fade. So what's your thoughts on that? Is that sort of where you like the advantage in the fight?
Yeah, no. He definitely fades for sure. Like you can see that, and it's kind of happens a lot in his fights. But like I'm expecting a 3 round battle because I know how important this win is for him, and he knows how important it is for me. So I know it's going to be the best version of him. I know that he was having a hard time making the cut down to 45. So I'm thinking by now he probably has it down. He has that weight cut down by now. It's definitely something I've looked into, and I kind of got excited about it for a second, but then I don't want to be a fool and act like he's gonna be done in the first, and then I can win the second, and third. Like I'm gonna go out there heavy in the first, heavy in the second, heavy in the third. And my cardio's there, my body's right now. Things that went so well as far as like my preparation and my game plan. I feel really confident about it. I'm ready to go, man. I'm ready to go all 3 rounds, and I know that he's going to be a tough as hell that first round, and we'll see what happens in the second, third. But I'm looking for a finish for sure.
Yeah, I think yeah, it's definitely. Of course, you're ready for everything. You're the adamant professional. But the idea that you could weaponize that against him, I think, is definitely a thing, man. I think as he starts to fade and you start to press on, it's just one of those matchups make fights things where I don't, I think on the feet you guys are fun to watch. I think in the grappling realm, you're a dog down there, man. You just find ways to get that overhook, to find ways to get that head down and get that the back or whatever it is. Those little things are just they're done so well in extreme situations when you have to get it done, and not all fighters can do that. So that's what I'm a fan of you for, and what I appreciate about you. Now going into this fight, I know it's not a writing on the wall thing. It's nothing along those natures. You got 2 fights that you've lost right now, but does the mind shift? Even though you want to say you bring like a certain mentality every time you fight, does the mind shift a little bit more when you're like, okay, no, I got to make a statement this fight, or I got to make sure this one goes down. We got to cross every T, dot every I.
Well, I mean, like right when that fight was over, with the Billy fight, Sean Shelby came back to the back locker room immediately. I didn't even get to see the doctor
Good,
yet, and he was already back there talking to me and told me that he thought I
good.
won the fight. And that's definitely a confidence filler for sure. But I mean, that's been months ago, so it's kind of like one of those things where I know that he in the moment he saw that fight and he remembers it, but now he's probably just gonna look at it now and see that it was a loss. So I think that's what everyone sees. Everybody sees me on a 2 fight skid, thinking that I'm going downhill. But I just opened my gym last year. I had a lot. I had so much going on, like so much, and getting all that stuff squared away. Like everything. I'm just back on track right now. I'm really focused, and I'm really loving my training again because I'm getting to teach these young guys the stuff that I kind of started when I first started. I learned and things that I haven't went over in years, and so I'm back at a different point right now where I'm just training like crazy. I'm drilling, I'm teaching, coaching all the time, and it's just a great feeling. So I'm ready to go in this fight, and I'm definitely ready for 3 round battle. But I'm thinking that I'm gonna get out there and get it done quick.
And Ford is starting to make a big name, and that's a great point you bring up. You're training with some pretty high level guys now. As your camp gets better, you only get better, right?
Yeah,
Steel sharpens steel, iron sharpens iron. So for you, like a guy like El Sawadi, he is a dog, man. That dude he's a
yeah,
bad man. Probably really
yeah.
fun to train with. Talk about that. I mean, how does it feel for you to maybe be back at a higher percentage in health wise and back? And I was going to ask you, like, you probably got a rhythm going with the gym now, and probably things have settled down now. How does it feel for
Yeah.
you to get back into a proper training camp?
Man, like at the time, like I still work about like 16 to 18 hours a day, but like whenever I first opened the gym, I was probably getting like 4 hours of sleep every day for like literally every day from the day I ordered all the stuff to like getting it set up to getting the classes rolling. I taught every class, and now I'm only teaching like 5 classes for the whole week, and I was teaching about 30. So it's just that I'll be a different person for sure. I already am a different person, and it's so cool to have like a little bit of financial freedom going into this fight where I'm getting paid every week. I'm getting money from training, I'm getting money from fighting, getting money from everything. It's like it's nice to to not only rely on your fight purse, like every fighter, everybody I know, even me up until last year, everybody relies on that one big night, and you got to have that one performance that shines, and you hope you get the bonus, and it's nice to be like okay with where I'm at, and just be at peace with things. And I'm ready to go for this fight, man. I've been training my ass off, and I know he's gonna be ready to go because I feel like his back's more on the wall than mine because he's got something to prove going down a weight class. And he talks so much crap. Honestly, like I'm not really a fan of him at all. Like I don't hate him. I don't know him that well. It's just been years of what he's so arrogant, and I don't like that. And he talks so much shit about my buddy Cerrone, and then Cerrone went out there and just pieced him up. So I was like, like that was good to see. And then it seemed like it continued even after that fight a little bit. I know he was a different person after he took that loss, but just something about him, man. I'm coming out there and I got some fire underneath me that I haven't had in a while. And he's definitely the first guy that I've ever fought that I really don't like. So, I'm ready to go, man. I'm ready to get out there.
I like that.
Oh, yeah.
Nice to have that extra layer to it, I guess. You don't have to find something about your opponent that you don't like, or you have to whatever. You already got it there.
Yeah. I'm pretty chill most of the time. Like I don't really, I don't get amped up about these people like talking smack or saying they can't say anything anymore. I got hair now, so they can't say anything. I just gotta go out there. And,
looks good.
I gotta go out there and smash, and then that way they have nothing they can say. Cause like my coach was just telling me that he's like, has anybody been talking smack about your hair anymore? And I'm like, nah, not really. It's like. So I just gotta go out there and win, and then people can't really say anything after that. So, but yeah, man, I'm just ready to go, man. Abdul, EJ, Saad, all these guys have been helping me get ready for the fight, man. I'm ready to go, and I'm back to my normal self as far as like my performances and stuff at camp, and just ready to roll.
So I'm gonna call it right here, Damon Jackson, either late round 2 or round 3 at some point throughout. I'm gonna call a submission. You can go whatever way you want to look at it. I just think it's gonna be like a mid to late finish. Damon Jackson drowns him and submits him after he tries to attempt to get off the mat a couple times, takes up something. But either way, I don't care what way you do it, man. Whether it's by decision, whether it's by submission. Friend of the show, fan of you, and as much as I cap and everything else, it's a pleasure to talk to you on a regular basis, and it's good to see that things are going so great for you.
Oh yeah, man, I appreciate it.
Appreciate your time. Appreciate that you're going to take some time out after with the family. So you have a great one. Enjoy the last little bit with the family before you go into blackout mode and get ready for that cut and get going.
I'm Gentleman Josh Hill.
I'm Aaron Jeffrey.
I'm Johnson. This is.
I'm Mike Malott.
I'm Ruffian Style. Tune into
Donttap.
Donttap
Don't Tap Podcast.
Donttap.
podcast.